Thing is too quick, man. I'm kidding, there's no such thing as too quick. Well, that was almost about to be too quick. What's up, Nitro Gang? As I promised before, my goal today in this video is to hit over 40 miles per hour with this old HPI Nitro RS4-3 Drift. Now, previously in the last video, you saw I got a top speed of 39 miles an hour, which for a single gear Drift RC on foam tires, that is actually fairly high. I was surprised myself. But you know what? When I come so close to 40 miles an hour, I want to get over 40 miles an hour. It's kind of like an addiction, you know? So for this video, since I ran out of the 20% Byron fuel, I'm going to be running this Bones Brew 30%. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm going to get over the 39 miles per hour as I thought I initially would when I first bought this fuel, and I thought that running more nitro content is going to give me more speed. In fact, I have not actually gotten any more speed when I ran this in the HPI Savage XL. And in fact, I also gave a couple of quarts to some of my nitro buddies, and they confirmed they did not get any more speed. Now, of course, there's a lot of factors like tuning, temperature, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. I even ran this in my Revo. Now, the Revo ran great. I called my new Revo there the wheelie edition. You know, just check these wheelies out. It was non-stop wheeling. But I had to richen the high-speed needle literally about a 1.5 of a turn. That is way too much. But guys, I don't care what it's gonna take. I have to hit 40 miles an hour on this Drift RC right here. Oh, the coppers are leaving. That's why I'm doing this video in my car, actually. I was gonna go outside, enjoy this nice weather. By the way, I'm chilling in my 2004 Lincoln LSV8, and a shout out to RC Guy Garage. He just got an old Jaguar XJ8 Vanden Plas, which is basically this but the long version and with a supercharger. The LSV8 is one of the most reliable ones out of the entire, I would say, Jaguar chassis platform system, you know, also because it's a Ford, so yeah, clearly service is easier. Mine is still around, alive and kicking. You know, I just literally enjoyed some nice THX audio in this car. I cranked that Soulja Boy, so to say, you know, one of my favorite songs because I like the beat. You know, I don't care what they got to say in the music. I'm not about the lyrics. That's nonsense. I'm not one of those dudes that memorizes lyrics. That's just garbage. Who cares about lyrics? You know, they just put whatever words they want in music to make it sound good. Hopefully by the time I'm running this, the coppers that are in the background there leave, and maybe I'll get some cool shots with my DJI Mavic Mini drone. Because I want to show off the outside appearance of this Lincoln. I like this thing. It's one of my favorite cars. Let's do this. That's good. It started. Now I just gotta make sure, put the body on in time. I have my throttle really high just in case, so it doesn't die. Let's have fun, guys. Stay safe. I mean, I gotta stay safe. I don't want nothing bad to happen. Oh, let me not do any burnouts here. I don't want to destroy my foams. Okay, yeah, so the idle has now returned to almost normal. I've lowered it, right? Oh man, I like this thing. It makes me want to drift it with the foams, but I don't want to. The handling is just so great. Here we go. It's fast, holy moly. Perfect engine tune. I richened it a little bit more from some of those runs. So straight. Thing is too quick, man. I'm kidding, there's no such thing as too quick. Well, that was almost about to be too quick. Great brakes too. Look at this beautiful, beautiful nitro car. Nitro is never gonna die until, of course, the engine stalls out. But that's not gonna happen for a while. Rear exhaust, I love it. Oh, sounds like we're about to be out of fuel. No, not out of fuel. This might be some of the best handling 10 scale chassis I have ever driven. Man, I think that Acura RSX Type S there wants to probably race me. And guys, by the way, when I was a kid, when I was in college, I had an Acura Integra GSR. So I know a little bit about JDM, you know what I'm saying? Here's a picture. Check it out, beautiful white Acura Integra I had. All right, I'm gonna shut it down. I don't wanna have to destroy my beautiful vintage collectible nitro. So yeah, that's enough. Ran great, man. What else could I ask for? I could probably ask for a tire fund, right? Because I really wanted to destroy these foam tires, but you know what? I'm not gonna, because there's really just no point. I demonstrated what I had to demonstrate. Is this thing fast? Yes, it could definitely hit over 40. This thing could drift. This could be a road car. This could be, you know, it just can't make Chinese food or make White Castle burgers, but that's okay. As you saw, we had some pretty good results. I was able to get a new top speed out of this HPI Drift, 42 miles an hour. I repeated a couple speed runs, and each time I kept getting 42 using this 30% Bones Brew fuel. Now I know I started this video by saying I actually didn't get any more speed by using this compared to the old Byron 20% in my Savage XL. And guess what? I got a new gallon of 20% 12% Byron race fuel. I'm very excited. Just want to give a shout out to one of my RC friends that picked this up at my local hobby store for me. I told him, hey bro, there's any Byron fuel out there, you know, pick me up a gallon. I could always use it. And he picked me up a gallon. That's what I like about the Nitro Gang. You guys, you're reliable. That's what I had to say about that. Anyway, so, you know, is this fuel bad? No, it's actually pretty good. Believe it or not, this time when I ran the Bones Brew in this HPI, it ran much better. It wasn't even that hot. I think my finding is, yes, this is a terrific nitro car, 42 miles per hour. It can drift, it could cut them corners, it could go straight, it starts, it runs, it looks terrific. Even when you put it on a roll of Bounty paper towels, right? Yeah, it's literally on a roll of Bounty paper towels right now. It still looks great. But what about the fuel? Overall, I don't know if I'm wrong about this or not, but it seems that their mix is a little bit inconsistent. I've run multiple quarts so far, and each quart I've run, the mix, the results on a nitro motor have been relatively inconsistent. You know, I actually thought this fuel was terrible, but in this run with this car, with another quart, I was able to get an extra 3 miles per hour compared to the 20% Byron fuel that I've run for years. And guys, I don't know if many of you know, but before this fuel came out, the most popular fuel that people used to use was O'Donnell brand fuel. My local hobby store back when I grew up in Queens on Fresh Pond Road, maybe some of you guys know, great hobby store. Anyway, they sold O'Donnell fuel, and then one day he came in and they told me, hey man, you know, little young nitro guru right here, they told me you gotta switch to Byron race fuel. My reservations about the Bones Brew is it is not a consistent mix. Now maybe I just got a bad batch, I don't know. I did order it, you know, pretty much at the height of the coronavirus outbreak there. It's possible some kind of quality control issues existed, but overall this run, I'm very satisfied with the Bones Brew fuel that I was using. It was good. It didn't run as hot as normal, and 42 miles per hour for a single speed, you know, drift car, that is amazing. This is a WL Toys I've had for quite some time. I put in a ridiculous, crazy 5200 kV brushless system in here, but I never did any speed runs. So recently I thought about, well, why don't I do what I said I was going to do about 2 years ago and do some speed runs on this. Well, I've hit another roadblock. The roadblock of trash WL Toys design. Anyways, check this out. Giant 60 amp 3S ESC. We got the FlySky BS6 receiver with a gyro. We got a good micro steering servo, Metal Gear's 5200 kV brushless motor. This thing is ridiculous. It's hella fast, crazy fast. But the question is, why haven't I run it yet? It turns out, as always, diff problems. Yep, that's just one of those things. You know, for me, when an RC has diff problems, it's pretty much trash in my opinion. Now, for some reason, this has a relatively different diff problem. You guys see this outdrive right over here? Notice how it is outside of the diff. So this diff outdrive cup, the drive cup they call it, moves in and out on its own. Look at that, I just moved it back. And now I can move it out. I don't know how this is supposed to be located, but the diff is not stripped. With this diff outdrive cup in this position, no power goes to the rear end. So if anybody's figured out how to fix this issue, let me know. Everything I've seen so far is people upgrading, you know, the diff. But you still have exactly the same diff cup design. I just don't understand how mechanically you can get the diff cup not to actually move around inside there. And that is why I have not done any speed runs with this. So pretty much WL Toys design disaster. And in fact, every single upgrade I've seen for these, and I've already bought some of them, and yes, you don't see any upgrades on here because they all suck. I tried all of them. They're all made in such a way that the original plastic parts are actually better. Believe it or not, there's more slop using the upgraded aluminum metal turnbuckles than using the stock plastic links. I know, it's freaking hard to believe, to be honest with you. I know what you mean. It's like, how could that be? An upgraded part, it's actually worse than the stock plastic. If anybody has any ideas or help on how to get this diff cup not to move, please let me know. I want to do a crazy speed run on this. I have a gyro in the receiver that's calibrated, but I can't do any speed runs because I'm getting no power to the back. Pretty much a disaster. Alright, Nitro Gang, thanks so much for watching. See you later.